Welcome back to Parkside Manor, everybody. It is Wednesday, June the 25th, and I am so excited to show you the continued efforts that are happening in this home. Not a lot is happening on the outside at the moment, but there's a ton of stuff happening inside. So let's stop talking about it and let's go look at it. All right, well, we're back on the main floor. We still have the temporary floor above me. We have now got all of, or most of, the wall paneling done here. Done this, we are now going up the wall and it's going across the ceiling. So once we go upstairs, you can see what that looks like. Mint. Coming through here, we've got, not a ton has changed in here that I can really see or think about, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously we've got all of these cabinets in, the kitchen is looking great. It's not really at a standstill, but we're just waiting for cabinet parts to come in and arrive so that we can start finishing everything off. We are just waiting for a product. One of the big things that we're waiting on, and Kyle, the fellow holding the camera right now, is gonna put together a really cool video for you guys about a visit that I made to the plant where these stairs are being made, so that you can kind of see how these stairs are constructed in the beginning stages of them anyways. I haven't been back for a while. It might be cool if they haven't been installed by the time I get back from vacation to actually go out there and have a look at what they're looking like in the shop so that you can see a little bit more of what that process looks like, but it's really, really involved. Really involved. All right, in here, you can see that we are starting to get that same fluted paneling happening across the ceiling here. So we're coming up the walls, all the way across. And, you know, things that people don't think about is, you know, how this stuff gets laid out. All of this stuff has to be thought about before it starts to get installed. Reason being is we don't want to end on a skinny piece on either side. And given how skinny these are already, that's a bigger challenge than you would think. Nonetheless, this is all looking amazing. You see here, everything lines up perfectly to the ceiling. That's going to continue across this entire foyer. Again, don't forget, I'm standing in the middle of the air right now. This is a temporary floor. Probably one of the smartest moves I've made on this project. And I've made a few smart moves, but this one, top shelf smart. Coming in here, don't think a ton has changed. Now, one of the things that came up in one of our walkthroughs is, unfortunately, this stone has been installed. There's movement to this stone, and you can see it kind of goes horizontally here. And then on the shower over there, it was installed vertically. Myself nor the client can live with it. So what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna just be removing the pieces on the side and the back here and replacing them so that this piece, I mean, I guess fortuitously for us, broke when it was being installed. So we are gonna go horizontal here and horizontal along the back here, so everything just looks a little bit more matchy-matchy. It's one of those things where, you know, until it goes in, sometimes you just wouldn't necessarily pick up on it on a drawing, but certainly once you see it in place, it's like, it just doesn't feel right. So we got our friends from Renner Glass here measuring everything up for mirrors and the shower glass, and so that's a whole production all into its own. My God, the amount of conversations and back and forth that we've had on the glass details and how that's all gonna work out have been extensive, to say the least. Extensive. Not a lot has changed in here. I still love this room though. Hey, is this a cool room? Yeah. Nice place to come hang out. Really, really nice. Okay, so we have started to install some of the millwork bits in the closet here. We've got these absolutely magnificent open shelves, super modern, really, really, really funky. I am just loving all of the details that are going into this house. Again, you know, right here, this is gonna be a flush door, so when this door is closed, it's just gonna look like wall. This room hasn't been painted yet, but it's on its way. We've got more cabinetry going over here, more Decton, and then this is gonna be the control for the toilet. It'll be a wall-hung toilet here. Standard operating procedure here at Sprucehill are, at a minimum, plywood cases and plywood boxes for our drawers. Just a far more sturdy and resilient product, in my opinion. So that's all done here. You can see plywood has been edge banded, like everything is just looking deluxe. And then here we've got some open storage shelving here, and then again we've got this really cool shelf above here, and that is going to have these wires here, because I know you were going to ask me, right, Kyle? These wires here for puck lights, so it's going to have some cool lighting effects going on in here. So yeah, it's going to be really, really neat. Same here. So one of the details that is going on here is we're going to have these really cool backlit mirrors. And so here, what we've done is we've installed plywood, which is what the mirror will be mounted to. And then the edges of this plywood are beveled. And so what's going to happen is there's going to be LED strip light going here, and that's going to point against the deckton here. And it's going to give this really cool wall wash effect, and it'll really help to minimize seeing each individual LED light. It'll just kind of look uniform. By aiming it against the wall, it'll look better than if you were to have it just square against this edge of the plywood. We are downstairs and we are shoeless. Why? The hardwood floors are going in, and Conrad, he gets real mad when you muck up his floors. So what has happened since we were here last, right? 76 bags of floor leveler in here.
And 4 bags of skim patch.
And 4 bags of skim patch. 80 bags of some sort of concrete-esque material to get this floor flat, right? And it is so, so, so important. Like, listen, guys, when you see a floor that's well installed, the installation is a quarter of the battle. The prep is 3/4. You need to make sure your substrate is in mint condition, right? So that's what these guys have been working on, is getting these floors flat, and they're now installing this in here. Now, what they generally do is they'll install the first 3 or 4 boards like this here, and they'll use a laser to make sure that it is DFS, and that's dead straight. You can infer what the F means. And so that gets installed and glued, and then they walk away, all right? Now, once that's in, then they start adding the additional floors. I haven't installed real wood, hardwood floors in years. Why? Well, mostly because most clients these days want to have a wider plank floor. Thickest that I would recommend you install a real wood floor is 3.5 inches, right? As soon as you go wider than that, it becomes unstable. What do I mean by unstable? It expands and contracts, expands and contracts. So with an engineered floor product, you get layers, right? And how plywood works is you've got plywood fiber where the fibers are like this on one layer, and then like this on one layer, and then like this on the next layer, and like this on the next layer. And by having that crisscross, it makes the product totally stable. And then on top of it is a veneer. And so for all of you people that care about the environment, a veneered product means that 1/8 of the wood that would otherwise need to be used to create this floor is required, because it's just a veneer. And this is just reclaimed wood and whatnot that's all pressed together and creating plywood, right? And you can see, I don't know if the camera can catch it. So obviously the guys caught that there's a bit of a bump in here, so they did not install this piece, because this would be a problem, because even though it's plywood, plywood's not always guaranteed to be mint. So this piece, obviously not mint. Engineered floor is the way to go. This is an extremely wide plank. Absolutely stunning. I mean, this client has meticulous taste, let's be honest. They hired us. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. We are amazing. But nonetheless, yeah, that's what's going on in here. We have got all sorts of stuff. We can, I don't want to get my socks too dirty. Maybe we can see what's gone on in here from here. So we've got the waterproofing done in the steam shower here. We have found a company to come in and help us do the sauna over there. That is going to be cool once that's done. Lovely. Steam and sauna are very different, right? Steam is wet, hot, moist. Sauna is going to be a drier heat, right? So they've got a cold plunge outside of the sauna. So it, generally speaking, it's kind of encouraged. If you ever go to a wellness spa or something like that, they'll put you in something hot and then put you in something cold for a bit and then back in something hot. And if you do that 3 times, like there's a place up in Whistler, name's escaping me for the moment. I've been there once. Very, very lovely. And I can tell you, like personally, like when I did the hot, cold thing, you definitely feel different. You feel better. It's really, yeah, it's awesome. So these folks are going to have the opportunity to do that every day, which is really, really, really cool. This is a pretty cool setup here. This catches all the dust and sucks it into the vacuum as well. So start the saw. Vacuum turns on. Job done, right? So it sucks in all the dust and it really helps to keep the dust down. It's just better for your health, honestly. You know, who wants to be breathing in all that stuff coming through in here? Now, I haven't been in here for a minute, but look at this. Look at how cool this shower is, Kyle. Hey, look at this. Beautiful linear drain here. The tile work on this edge here is ridiculous. This Decton product is just phenomenal. I mean, what a great bathroom. Absolutely awesome. Beautiful. And again, this is what the back inside of a wall hung toilet looks like. So the whole idea is like, people wonder, like, how do you service a wall hung toilet? Because the tank and everything is unserviceable. You service it through where the controls are. So I'm not exactly sure how that works, to be honest with you. I just know that that's where you service it from. And I sure as heck, I'm not gonna start breaking this because I don't make enough money to replace it. But these are really, really cool toilets. And I like a wall hung toilet because it just makes cleaning the floor so much easier. You just mop right underneath it, job done, right? You don't have to go around the toilet or anything like that. You don't have to worry about getting at the back of the toilet. There is no back of the toilet. The toilet's in the air, just clean right underneath it, job done. Totally awesome. Is a Decton gonna be too high?
Too high.
So remove this board.
And then just kink it up, right?
Yeah.
And then just kind of flex it back down. So,
Because it can be much more than like a quarter inch.
about a quarter, so.
But why wouldn't we just grind down the concrete there?
That is exactly what I said. So either we figure out how to kink this guy, or something.
Or we just rip this out and go down and make it flat.
Yes. Now, one of the bitches of this, though, is we have in-floor heat. The in-floor heat continues into the shower base.
It's a nothing burger. We just rip this out and go down. Well, but the problem is, as soon as you flex this board over the doorway, it's going to flare at the walls. And then you're going to see when you're sitting there, like the bottom of the wall, you're going to see it kind of
In the drywall.
come up. It's like you're not going to be able... Yeah, well, because you don't like, normally you could, like, if you had a 5.5 inch or 7.5 inch baseboard, you could hide shaving some of the bottom out of the baseboard, and as long as the top of the base is straight, like, it's fine.
The door would have broken up the difference.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah. But with no moldings, like, you can't mess around, I don't think, out here. There is no construction project that goes perfectly. They don't exist. Shit happens. And so here, you know, does it suck that this is going to need to get redone? Yes. Is it the end of the world? No. It's just a little bit of extra work. And if you want to do the job right and deliver a high-end, finished, great quality product, these are the things that happen. It is just, I don't care how smart or how good you are, you're never going to think about everything. It just, like, I look forward to meeting that person that can think of every detail. I mean, there's 3 floors of decisions and details like this. It's just not going to happen. So we fix it. Easy. So one thing that's interesting for our audience is these are the counter plugs for the kitchen. And the reason why they're in the upper cabinet is the plugs are actually going to get installed in the valance, well, the bottom of the cabinet. There's not really a valance. Too fancy for that. But yeah, so like the plugs are actually going to be up here. So this backsplash stays looking mint clean, nothing bothering it and buggering it up. I think it's really important for people to think about if you're installing or if you're having somebody install any sort of high-end kitchen appliance, you really, really, really need to pay careful attention to the rough-in locations for those appliances, all right? For a stove, for example, you have, I can't remember for this particular one, but you frequently have like 6-inch by 6-inch box where the gas needs to come out or where the electrical needs to come out. And if your rough-in isn't in the right location, the appliance won't slide in and you're going to be opening up your walls and moving things so that the appliance will install correctly. So when you're a Sprucehill client and things magically just go in as they're supposed to, there is no magic. Like, that is just hard work, dedication, and attention to detail, right? You've got to put these things exactly where the manufacturer demands they go. And the same thing can be said for the fridges, right? You'd think, oh, I'll just put my fridge plug wherever I want, and this one's probably buried down here somewhere, exactly specified by the manufacturers. Now, you know, not all appliances will have that sort of demanding precision for the rough-in locations, but certainly most of the higher end appliances do. And that's why, you know, when your contractor is telling you what something's going to cost, that's why it's so important to know what appliances are going in, because, you know, the cost of installing and putting in a Sub-Zero fridge is not the same as putting in a Whirlpool fridge. Whirlpool is slide it in and plug it in and off you go. Sub-Zero, everything has to be exactly perfect. Things have to get set up within it. I mean, it's a phenomenal fridge, don't get me wrong, but the amount of effort it takes to have it get installed correctly is infinitely more than something like a basic Whirlpool. Pro tip. Well, that's a wrap on today's walkthrough, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you're looking to do an ultra high-end renovation like this, or if you're looking to do something a little bit more simple and more functional and you just want to have your home be improved, we are the team to call. Here's the phone number and the email address, I think, or website. I don't remember what goes on the banner. We'd love to talk to you. We'd love to work with you. In the meantime, stay awesome, like and subscribe this video, and thank you for watching. Bye now.